But right now, we'll just get straight into the card and we'll break down the first fight on the main card, which is a rematch. It's Tyrell Fortune versus Jack May. And, I was just talking about this, lots of favorites on this card. And, we kick off the main card with a huge favorite. I think Tyrell Fortune is sitting at about a minus 700 favorite at the moment. And yeah, as I said, this is a rematch. So these guys fought a couple of years back now, and it only went one round, or half of that one round, because basically Tyrell Fortune kneed Jack May in the balls, and Jack May couldn't continue, and the fight was called off. And I believe it was called a no contest. But in the 1 or 2 minutes we did see of that fight, we did see Tyrell Fortune have his way with Jack May on the feet. In the wrestling. On the feet, it was, was pretty close. Jack May hit Tyrell Fortune with a couple of good leg kicks, but it didn't stay on the feet for long. It was on the feet for no more than 30 seconds of the whole fight, right? Of the whole first round or half the round, whatever it was. Tyrell Fortune was able to get Jack May down pretty much with ease. And, he was controlling him on the ground. I will say, though, that Jack May did well to get back up to his feet. He found himself in a position where his feet was against the cage. He pushed off the cage, was able to bridge, roll out scramble Tyrell Fortune, or just be a little bit quicker to his feet. And, he got it on the feet again. But Tyrell Fortune quickly realized that, I can dominate this guy with the wrestling. Obviously, Tyrell Fortune is probably one of the best wrestlers on paper in the whole of MMA, let alone Bellator. And yeah, Tyrell Fortune realized that, I can dominate this guy with my wrestling on the mat in the grappling exchanges. So even though they did get back to the feet, Tyrell Fortune pushed Jack May up against the cage, and that is when the illegal knee occurred. So, from what we saw, we can take away from that fight, not much, but what we can take away is that Tyrell Fortune can dominate the 11-7 Jack May in the grappling, which we all really knew because of Tyrell Fortune's wrestling accolades. And then I guess we can't really say too much about the stand-up because it didn't really go there. So, Tyrell Fortune's path to victory is super, super easy here. All he needs to do is take the fight to the ground, and he's going to win this fight, I will say, though, that he's fallen in love with his striking in the last few years, and that did get him brutally knocked out 2 fights ago against the surgeon, or the resurgent, I should say, Timothy Johnson. So, he can be knocked out. This is heavyweight, so there is a lot of volatility in heavyweight fights, as you know. Minus 700. I don't want to say it's too wide, because I just feel like, if this was a lighter weight class, I probably would say this is spot on. Maybe it's a little wide just because it's heavyweight, and Jack May's obviously got a chance to land a bomb on the feet. But Jack May is 11-7, guys. He's nearly a 50-50 fighter. He's 39 years of age, 11 months and 2 weeks. So by the time this fight comes, he will have 1 week, right, until he turns 40 years of age. So the dude's 40. He's coming up against the 30-year-old Tyrell Fortune, 10 years in difference. And the skill gap in the grappling is hilarious. And Tyrell Fortune is 9-1. He's only got that 1 loss against Timothy Johnson. So, I believe that Tyrell Fortune's going to do what he would have done a few years ago if the fight would have went 3 rounds, or if Tyrell Fortune would have, got a stoppage, which is definitely live to. I feel like unless Tyrell Fortune continues this falling in love with the striking, which he may do, because even after the Timothy Johnson fight, he did come back and get a win. I can't remember who it was against now, but when I watched that fight, I was expecting him to take the fight to the ground a lot more, because he just got knocked out in his previous fight. But he didn't take that fight to the ground a lot. He may have done a couple of times, but that fight was mostly on the feet. So he hasn't really learned from getting knocked out against Timothy Johnson. And, I guess when you've been wrestling for as long as Tyrell Fortune and done the things in wrestling he has done, you probably just get bored of wrestling, man. When you go to MMA, you want to, you want to work on your striking. And Tyrell Fortune's a strong, powerful dude. He's a 250-pound heavyweight, so he's definitely got knockout power, and he's got a few knockouts on his record, a few standing knockouts. So he's probably fallen in love with that a bit. Look, I still give him the advantage on the feet, and the advantage in the grappling is hilarious. So even if he does keep it on the feet for a little while and mixing takedowns every now and then, he'll probably still be able to. He will still be able to win this fight, and he could even knock Jack May out on the feet, Jack May's been knocked out before, and I think he can knock him out from, you know, a dominant grappling position. So Tyrell Fortune all day here. Minus 700 is, man, probably about right, to be honest, man. This dude's probably going to win this fight 85% of the time or something like that.